Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In a recent video, I talked about why Yuta and Rikka are one of my favorite couples within fiction. And while I did go and explain why I love this series a ton, I never went and broke it down into the extent I wanted to. So today, I'll be doing just that.
Getting right in, for people who know nothing about Love Chunibyo, the series follows Yuta, someone coming into high school who used to be a Chunibyo, but has reflected upon his past self and finds those prior actions to be extremely cringeworthy. So, his desire going into high school is to start anew and to try living normal life. But for anyone who has seen the try to live a normal life trope before, you already know someone will come in and throw that plan right off track. And that person is Rikka. Rikka being a Chunibyo herself, and she immediately becomes attached to Yuta, knowing he was previously the Dark Flame Master.
Now this is a very beloved rom-com that others besides myself enjoy, but I've seen a lot of criticism to the fact that it is a typical rom-com where there isn't a lot of progression within the relationship.
But as a biased fan of this series, I feel an arbitrary obligation to defend it from these accusations. But that is a hard task to do. This is true that it takes a long time for the relationship to progress. But for this series compared to others, it fulfills a purpose narratively, and it is needed for this show to be as strong as it is. As I brought up in the video before, I used the word escapism when explaining the strengths of the series and relationship. And to explain what makes Love Chunibyo a great series, I think you have to address how it tackles escapism, as I would say it is the core of the series. Now, the element of escapism is a part of everything in the series, but it's something that evolves and changes between parts of it. Needless to say, what is being escaped from is different at the start and end of the series. In the first season, we learned some of the deeper reasons to why Rikka is a Chunibyo. It isn't just because she thought it was something cool. For Rikka, it was difficult to accept the tragedy of her losing her dad so early in life. Being a Chunibyo let her imagine a world that was better than the one she was in. She could imagine herself as a warrior on a long journey to find something with a wondrous happy ending. It acted as an escape from reality and helped her find joy again. The core of season 1 is this, and the main conflict is her sister Toka desperately trying to break her out of the Chunibyo phase and accept reality. And this is resolved through Yuta accepting this Chunibyo stuff as escapism is somewhat healthy. The message of the first season was that escapism can be good for you, but you can't completely retreat into it. It tries to reflect some balance that's need to be taken. And after that, we see escapism slowly evolve into something else, and it mostly comes together within the final movie, Take Me On.
Now I've heard many complain that season 2 is weaker than the first, which, to give them credit, I think is true. When it comes to the core theme of the first season, it's a resolved conflict, and to tackle escapism again, it's going to take some time to shift that part of the series. I feel season 2 acts as this shifting period, as the new character Satone is there to put pressure on Rikka to advance the relationship, which is something that is needed to be done so the movie could tackle the escapism theme with her using her Chunibyo syndrome to avoid advancing in the relationship.
I feel that's why some may find this second season to be weaker than the first. But if I'm to be honest, I don't find it to be any bit weaker. I'm likely in the defense of anything this show does since I love it, but I found Satone to be a lovely character addition. She could have been a one-dimensional female character that could have still applied pressure into progressing the relationship, but they did well in developing a character with a lot going on, with her own strong motives and feelings, and someone who complements Rikka's writing and actions very well.
Anyways, let's get into that final movie of the series, as we really get the payoffs of season 2 for all of its setup and return to that theme of escapism. And personally, this is my favorite part of the series, for being to the point, being a very fun journey through Japan, and as well concluding Rikka and Yuta's story in the best possible way.
So, in the final movie, both of them are now getting close to their high school graduation. They have stayed together the entire time. The one thing is that their relationship hasn't advanced much at all. Besides all the small things within season 2, they haven't even kissed before. All of a sudden, Toka says that she's going to Italy and is planning to take Rikka with her. Both Yuta and Rikka fear getting separated, and their friends suggest eloping, but more realistically, avoiding Toka long enough that they can stay together, kicking off their journey across Japan. This movie just plays itself as a fun concept concept to really add more fun situations for our main couple to get into. And I think this movie could have been great, keeping to this fun little moments in the goose chase they have with Toka and the sidecast who turned against them due to Toka's blackmail. But this movie really makes sure to be more than just a great movie by tackling the advancement in the relationship. During the movie, Yuta really reflects on the relationship and feels confident that he's found the right person and is ready to make certain commitments to show that. First, purchasing and giving Rikka a promise ring during their travels, as well as going to see Rikka's mother. But Rikka is the most interesting as she becomes conflicted and doesn't know why Yuta loves her. It's really between the self concept and actual self, and whether Yuta fell in love with her for being a Chunibyo, and if she changes, would that cause Yuta's feelings for her to change? Again, she finds being a Chunibyo a way of escaping the answer to this question, but she loses progressing a relationship she wants to advance because of it. This helps to return the theme of escapism in moderation. This also has a sweet ending that I can feel is a little cliche, but I think is more powerful in this compared to others due to it being more subtle. But as Rikka fights with herself and figures out that she has been avoiding something important and that she should tackle the problem head on, Yuta comes to answer Rikka's internal conflict, telling her that he loves her for the person she is now and will love her for whoever she decides to be. Or in simpler words, love her for who she is.
But that is one of many reasons why I like this series so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed this series. Just kidding, my video's dog shit by comparison. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, hope you guys liked and enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.